Hi, I'm Chris Verano from Hilton Head Health. Going to explain a little bit of the differences of foam rolling. And I know a lot of people usually think about the foam roller more for a recovery effort instead of a warm-up exercise. But you can actually use the foam roller to break up a lot of the connective tissue before you go for your workout, and it makes your workout a lot more comfortable, and you actually will recover much more quickly, and you could still roll afterwards, but it's a nice way just to kind of mix it up instead of stretching beforehand, which usually ends up elongating the muscle, and for a lot of activities it takes away your power, such as cycling, running, activities like that. So the rolling will definitely be to a greater advantage for you if you do activities like that. A lot less discomfort, but you still keep your strength and your power. So 3 moves that I like to do before I go out and exercise is I do like to roll my glutes because I find it's kind of the center of tightness for most people. We can tend to have kind of lumps and knots in our butt, and it's good to roll those out. So an easy way to start is just to kind of gently start taking it, rolling over the bigger gluteus maximus part, and then slowly getting more into the outside of the hip, into the medius, finding your spot side to side. And then a little trick of the trade is when you find a spot, instead of rolling over it, is just to kind of let your body weight settle in on it and let that trigger point relax and release, and then move on to find the other spots. And if you find you're doing it and you're not finding spots, you're probably not rolling enough. So don't be afraid to really kind of get awkward into the position. Then as you find that you're getting a little bit deeper into those hips, can gravitate more into the IT bands. Now, most everybody will not get away from the IT bands and not feel a little bit of discomfort. Remembering, especially on the ITs, as you roll down, you want to make sure that you never roll onto a joint. So you're going to come down just shy of your knee and then rolling up into the hip. Again, keeping in mind when you find a tight spot, you're going to sit into that tight spot. 1 foot on the floor will make that a little bit less uncomfortable. Taking both legs up puts more body weight on the roller, so it will definitely make it more uncomfortable. And always a little bit awkward too. So don't feel like if you're kind of tumbling off the roller, you're not doing a good job. It takes a little bit of practice to feel comfortable on the roller and feel like you're really getting into those tight spots. Again, rolling a little bit into the quad can work well, and then rolling, especially as you get up into the hip, maybe a little bit back into that glute. Making sure, again, that you do both sides. I'm just going to show one side today because you probably don't need to see the other side of me, so we'll just stick with this side. And then my 3rd favorite spot are the quads. Again, mostly tight on everybody. So getting on top of the roller, making sure, again, that you don't roll onto the knees. You want to stay off of them. So coming up just shy of the top of the knees and then rolling back to the top of the thighs. Finding those spots, letting them release. Again, if you are too much intensity, always can keep the toes down. That will help a little bit. If you find you want more pressure on the roller, then we're going to pick those feet up and roll back and forth, finding the spot. Good. Kind of camping out there for a second, letting it release. Going a little bit side to side, leaning into the outside of the quad, or you can turn your feet heels together, toes out, and roll slightly into the inside of the quad. So all of that for a warm-up should probably take between 5 and 10 minutes. You don't want to do a crazy amount. You just want to lighten those muscles up a little bit. And then keep in mind when you get done, that's the time to get a little bit deeper and use the roller for your recovery. Thank you so much. Hope all works well for you. Bye.